These are my two cue cards for today's speech. I'd like to begin my speech by asking, has anyone ever seen the movie Lady Sings the Blues, starring Diana Ross? Or if anyone has ever heard of Billie Holiday, the great jazz singer. Next, I'd like to bring your attention to a clip that I have. It is a clip or an opening scene of Diana Ross, who is playing Billie Holiday. She is being brought to a jail cell, and in the jail cell you can see and hear Billie Holiday screaming or screeching. It is a scream that they describe as anguish, one of anguish, one that is coming from her soul. And it's a scream that you really don't forget. And the reason why is because she is withdrawing from heroin. Why I chose to do my speech on Billie Holiday is because I did see the movie Lady Sings the Blues as a teenager, and I was fascinated with the story and with her life, and I wanted to know more about her. I recently did the research on Billie Holiday for this speech, and I read that there was an article called Our Lady of Sorrows, written by Frances Davis, and I believe it was written about the year of 2000, and it is said that it is incontestable, should you want to argue the fact that she was one of the greatest jazz singers of the time. When you compare her to, say, someone like Sarah Vaughan, she too was a jazz singer of that time. They also mentioned that singing for Billie Holiday should have been Holiday's salvation, and perhaps it was. However, when you do the research on Holiday, you realize that she had a rough and tough upbringing, and somewhat tumultuous upbringing, which continued throughout her life. At age 12, she was raped, and also she was born to an unwed mother and to a father that basically was not in her life, and she longed for him throughout her girlhood. He was also a man in the music business. He played a banjo for the big band, and he also was a guitar player and a very flashy man. So that, they say, is what drew Holiday to the music business or music industry. They also say that her dad's flashiness was was the type of men that she was drawn to as she began to get older. Again, at age 12, she was raped, and born in Philadelphia. She later moved to Baltimore, and at 12, I believe, she was then living in New York. She began working in brothels at the age of 12, and also started working in clubs where she began making tips, also making tips at the brothel. She was discovered by a gentleman named James Hammond, who worked for Columbia Records, who then signed her as a recording artist. They say that Holiday had what they call a don't care-ish attitude all her life. She was a victimizer almost as often as a victim. I also would like to talk about her death, or what I believe or others believe what led to her death. Again, her don't care-ish attitude. Around 1940, she began daily injections of the narcotic heroin, and that even was going on as her population, or her, I think population is a good word, reached her peak. She was not able to record a lot of music because that was condoned only for whites. She recorded a poem that was later turned into a song called Strange Fruit. She was most famous known for that song named Strange Fruit. A very graphic song that was for or symbolized Black Americans or African Americans that were being lynched at that time. It was originally a poem by Maripal that he wrote for his sons that he adopted and raised himself, 2 young boys. That's my speech on Billie Holiday. I hope you enjoyed it. They say that everyone felt the pain that Holiday felt when she sang that song, Strange Fruit. And they also said that Holiday felt every note that she sang. That's my speech. I hope y'all enjoyed it.